Good morning, students. Today's our topic is same force system. So, in previous session, we learned that the determination of resultant force of two concurrent coplanar concurrent forces. Okay. That is, if two forces are act in one direction, and if two forces are act opposite direction, and if two concurrent forces act at one point in different directions. So if the two forces act in different directions, we can calculate we can determine the resultant by two methods. One is that is analytically by two methods. Okay, that is one is parallelogram law method, and second method is resolution method. And in parallelogram law method, we derived the expressions for resultant and direction also. And in resolution method, we already explained the formula. We don't have derivation, just direct formula. We will know that. And in yesterday's also we solved some problems, and in this session also we'll do some problems from same parallelogram law method and resolution method. Okay, the problem is here. The resultant of two given forces is equal to each of the force. Find the angle between the forces. Okay, here question is the resultant. Here the two concurrent forces, and the resultant. Three are equal in magnitude. So, and we have to find the angle between the two forces. So for that, let us assume alpha is the angle between the two forces, and let us assume P and Q are the two forces, and R is the resultant of P and Q. So here P, that is resultant, R equal to force 1, P equal to force 2, Q. So assume it's something constant X. So R equal to P equal to Q equal to X. And we know the formula for magnitude of the resultant. R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha. Here R square, if you can square on both sides, R square is equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha. Here, so instead of R, P, Q, we can substitute X, some constant. So that is X square is equal to X square plus X square plus 2 into X into cos alpha. So we'll get X square is equal to 2X square plus 2X square cos alpha. And here 2X square is the common factor. So when we can remove the common factor from the two factors, we'll get X square is equal to 2X square into 1 plus cos alpha. And here X square on both sides, X square will cancel. So finally we'll get 1 plus cos alpha equal to 1 by 2. That is 1 plus cos alpha equal to 0.5. That is cos alpha equal to 1 minus 0.5. We will get minus 0.5. And alpha is equal to cos inverse minus 0.5. That is, we can write this minus 0.5 in terms of cos function. That is cos 180 minus 180 minus 60. So we will get cos. So finally we will get 120 degrees. Alpha value is 120 degrees. Cos inverse, cos both cancel. After simplifying, we will get alpha, that is angle between the two forces, equal to 120 degrees. So this is the next problem. So here problem is, if two forces two forces, 260 Newton and 200 Newton, act on a particle as shown in figure. Calculate the resultant using law of parallelogram forces and resolution method also. So here two methods. By two methods, we have to find the resultant of the given two forces. So here figures. So here two forces are given like this. One first force 200 newtons. It acts in second quadrant. It makes 30 degrees to vertical line. And in second force is 260 newtons. It acts in fourth quadrant. It makes 30 degrees to the horizontal. So first, so by there are two methods. First, we can we can find the resultant by parallelogram method. So let us assume P equal to 200 Newton and Q is equal to 260 Newtons. And we have to find the angle between P and Q. So here the angle between P and Q will get 30 plus 90 plus 60. Sorry, 30. So finally we'll get 150 degrees. The angle between P and Q equal to, that is the angle between the forces 200 Newton and 260 Newton is equal to, we'll get 150 degrees. So just substitute the values in resultant of that is the parallelogram from parallelogram law method. The resultant force R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2 PQ cos alpha. So P here substitute P 260, Q 200 and alpha is 150. So here we'll get under root 260 square plus 200 square plus 2 into 260 into 200 into cos 150. So here we can write this cos 150 is, can write cos 180 minus 30. So that is, we'll get cos 30. Just substitute the values, calculate and simplify. We will get our resultant, that is magnitude of the resultant force, as 132.4 newtons. Second, so this is the from parallelogram method. And second bit is we have to find the same resultant of the given forces by method of resolution. So let us assume. So here you see here. First thing you have to resolve the two forces along horizontal and along vertical. So resolve 260 along horizontal and along vertical, and similarly resolve 200 along horizontal and along vertical. And you have to find the, let us resolve the forces horizontally first, and you have to find the algebraic sum of the horizontal forces of the two forces. So let us algebraic sum of the horizontal components. So 260 horizontal component will get 260 cos 30, and so while calculating, adding, we have to consider sign conventions. That is, we have to follow one sign convention. So, and for calculation purpose, you have to assume right side direction forces are positive and left side direction forces as negative, and upward forces as positive and downward forces as negative. So calculate the algebraic sum of the horizontal forces and the algebraic sum of the vertical forces. Let us assume sigma h is the algebraic sum of the horizontal forces. So first resolve sigma 260. 260 it makes 30 degrees to x-axis, means its horizontal component is 260 cos alpha and vertical component is 260 sin alpha. Here 200, its horizontal component is 260 cos alpha, 200 cos alpha, and vertical component is 200 sin alpha. So calculate sigma h value, will get 260 cos 60 minus 200 cos 60, will get finally sigma h value. Similarly, find vertical components. Okay. First resolve the vertical forces, and calculate the algebraic sum of the vertical components. that is 260 sin 6, 200 sin 60 minus 260 sin 30. So we'll get 43.2 newtons. And resultant magnitude of the resultant forces from resolution method formula is R is equal to under root sigma h square plus sigma v square. So substitute sigma h, that is 125.17 square plus sigma v 43.2 whole square, and simplify, we'll get 132.4. So here the resultant value from resolution method value is 132.4, and from parallelogram method also will get same value. Here this is 132.4. Okay. So next problem. Today we do only problems. Define the magnitude and direction of the resultant of the two forces acting as shown in figure. See here. In figure, two forces are given. So one of the forces is 10 Newton, second force is 15 Newton, and the angle between two forces is 40 degrees. So here we can solve this by two methods, that is by resolution method and also by parallelogram method. You can solve in any one of the method. Here not specified. No? So we'll solve this by parallelogram law method. So here, so directions, see here, directions are up like this. So we have to first see here 10 newtons, and I have to find the angle between 10 newtons and 15 newtons. So in figure see here, and so we'll get a total angle as 180 minus 40 degrees. Okay, so the two angle which is 180 minus 40. So let angle between two forces, given angle is 40 degrees. Find magnitude of the resultant. So formula is R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha. So here cos alpha is 180 minus 40, that is 140. So substitute P 15 newtons, 10 Q 10 newtons, and alpha is 140 degrees. So under root 15 square plus 10 square plus 2 into 15 into 10 into cos 180 minus 40. Here, so after calculation, we will get R value as 9.756 newtons. So here you have to, so in figure, you have to calculate the angle between 10 newtons and 15 newtons. And so we'll get angle as 140. So next. Next problem. Two forces F1 and F2 of 12 Newton and 9 Newton respectively act at a point. Okay. The resultant is 15 Newtons. Determine the inclination between F1 and F2 and also between R and F1. So let us assume two forces. Okay. F1 as 12 Newton and F2 as 9 Newtons, and the angle between F1 and F2 as alpha, and the resultant of F1 F2 is R. R is the resultant of the F1 and F2, and its R value, this R makes theta degrees with F1. Okay, as shown in figure. F1 is 12 Newton, F2 9 Newtons. So theta is the angle between resultant R and F1. So according to the from parallelogram law method, So R square is equal to F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos alpha. And R value that is 50 Newton. So just substitute F1 as 12, F2 as 9 and R as 15. So here 15 square, not 10 square. Print step is there. So just substitute three values. That is 15 square is equal to 12 square plus 10, 9 square plus 2 into 12 into 9 cos alpha. So 15 square will get 225 equal to 144 plus 81 plus 216 cos alpha. So after simplifying, we will get cos alpha, alpha, cos alpha is equal to 0. So 0, it means alpha is equal to cos inverse 0, that is 90 degrees. And we have to find the direction of the resultant force. So that is R tan theta is equal to tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side, that is F2 by F1, that is 9 by 12. So after calculation, simplifying, we will get theta is 36 degrees 53 minutes. It means resultant R makes 36 degrees 53 minutes with F1. Next problem. Find the magnitude and direction of the resultant of two forces F and root 2F. Here, in terms of variables, forces are given. That is, act on a particle with an included angle of 135 degrees between them. So let us assume two forces, given forces are, one is F1 and second force is root 2, F. First force is F and second force is root 2F. And the angle, that is alpha is the angle between the given two forces. Alpha equal to 135 degrees. And let us assume R is the resultant of the two forces. So according to formula, from formula method, magnitude of the resultant R equal to under root R square P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha. Substitute PQ and alpha value, that is under root P F square plus 2F root 2F whole square, that is we'll get 2F square plus 2F into root 2F into cos 135. So simplify F square plus 2F square. So here we'll get my after substituting this 135 angle, we get minus 2F into root 2F into, you can write this 135 as cos 180 minus 45. Cos 180 minus theta will get minus cos theta. That is, here we'll get minus value, minus into 2F into root 2F into cos 45. So cos 45 value is 1 by root 2. So we'll get F square plus 2F square minus 2F into root 2F into 1 by root 2. Root 2 will get cancelled. We'll get minus 2F square. So finally, under root F square, that is 3F square minus 2F square. We'll get under root F square. Finally, we'll get F value. So that the resultant, magnitude of the force is F itself. And direction, you will find the direction, that is angle made by the resultant force with horizontal. Okay, so theta equal to tan inverse. General formula is Q sin alpha by P plus Q cos alpha. So here Q is the root 2 F sin 135 by F plus root 2 F cos 135. So after simplifying, we'll get here F by 0, it's infinitive. So tan inverse infinitive will get value is 90 degrees. Okay. Next problem. The resultant of two forces act at a point with an angle of 60 degrees between them is 20 Newton. Find the magnitude of each forces. So the question is the resultant of two equal forces. Here the two forces, concurrent forces, are equal in magnitude, and the angle between the two forces is 60 degrees. And the resultant force is value is 20 newtons. So let us assume resultant of the given two forces are equal to 20 newtons, and let us assume magnitude of each force, that is F1 P equal to F2 equal to P newtons. Angle alpha equal to 60 degrees. And we know the general formula: when resultant of the two forces are equal in magnitude, we will get R value equal to 2P cos alpha by 2 when forces are equal. So R value is given, substitute the given values. So R is 20 equal to 2 into P cos alpha is 16 60 by 2. So 6, that is cos 30. So substitute the values, simplify, finally we will get P equal to 11.556 Newton. That is the forces are P value equal to 11.56. Both are equal. So this is the problem. Next and last problem. So this is also same. Say this type of problem is important. That's why we will solve more problems. So two equal forces act on a particle such that the square of their resultant is equal to the 3 times of their product. Okay. Find the angle between the forces. So here, see, problem is here the two forces are equal in magnitude, and another condition also given. What is that? Says that the square of the resultant square, that is if R is the resultant, if you can assume R is the resultant, R square is equal to the 3 times of the product. Okay, let us see. Let us P is the magnitude of each force and alpha is the angle between the forces. And resultant R equal to, and resultant is R. And when two forces are equal in magnitude, then resultant general formula is R equal to 2P into cos alpha by 2. Okay. And here, given condition is R square is equal to 3 into P into P. That is 3P square. R square is equal to 3P square. That is the condition given condition. So here, according to formula, we'll get R is equal to 2P cos alpha by 2. So just square on both sides, we'll get R square is equal to 4P square cos square alpha by 2. And substitute R square value, this in terms of P, that is we'll get R square equal to 3P square. This is a given condition. So substitute R square, instead of R square, substitute 3P square. So 3P square equal to 4P square cos square alpha by 2. So that is cos square alpha by 2 equal to P square gets cancelled on both sides. We'll get 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 in terms of and so after simplify this, after simplifying, we'll get alpha by 2 equal to 30 degrees and alpha equal to 60 degrees. Okay, like this. So we'll start here. So in this section, we will solve problems, number of problems from parallelogram law method and from resolution method. When only particles subjected to two forces only. So up to we learn the topics covered up to is in first session we learn what is force, different types of forces, what is force system, different types of force systems, and what is definition, some terms related. What is composition, what is resolution, what is resultant force, how you can what is the components of the single force, and how you can find the resultant of the two concurrent forces when two concurrent forces act in one direction, along one direction, and when two concurrent forces are act along in opposite direction, when two concurrent forces act at one point in different direction, when two concurrent forces act in different direction, you can find the resultant by two methods. One is there are two methods there, that is graphically we can find and analytically we can find. So here we will learn up to analytical method only. So by analytical method, that is by mathematically we can find the resultant of the two forces when two forces act in different direction, by parallelogram law method and by resolution method. So by parallelogram law method, the formula is R is equal to under root p square plus q square plus 2 pq cos alpha, and by resolution method, R is equal to under root sigma h square plus sigma v square, where sigma h is the algebraic sum of the horizontal components and sigma v is the algebraic sum of the vertical components. And we'll do some problems also here. More than 10 problems we solved. We have to practice all the problems. Each and every problem are very important. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you.